Hello everyone and welcome back to our video tutorial series. Today we are diving into a crucial topic, which is billing. I'm going to explain a little bit more what is happening from the billing side. How do you want to charge your clients? When do you want to charge your clients? How to finalize and lock invoices, and also how to create adjustments. So let's start. So first, you're going to have an overview of all the un-invoiced charges here on the dashboard. You just scroll to the bottom and you will see how many of them they are un-invoiced. So if you click on it, you will be able to see the bill and receivables by all the merchants. And if you select a specific merchant, it will only show you what are the open charges and what are the draft invoices, how many of them are unpaid, and what's the total that if you want to follow this up. But the best way to access the billing side will be after selecting the merchant, come here to the billing section. Once you are here, you will have the list of all the open charges and pending that still need to be drafted into an invoice. So once you have them here, you will have an option to either draft all of them as an invoice, if we have the entire list of them, or you can either just do it individually. When you draft an invoice, this will not be emailed to the client yet. If you confirm to draft as an invoice, it will have the option to finalize and locked, so you can just have a last view before you finalize and lock. Because once you finalize and lock and click here, it will not longer be editable, and your client will receive an invoice an email notification saying that the invoice is ready for payment, and it will be processed like that. Now, if you want to make sure that you process the payment as soon as you finalize and lock the invoice, you can click here and confirm that you want to charge your client. Just refresh the page, and you can create this in Stripe and confirm. Once you do that, you will generate a Stripe invoice ID. So following by this, please go to your Stripe account and make sure that the invoice will go through the payment method. Now, regarding the payment method from the client, you can make sure that your merchants has an available payment method before they use they add a payment method before using the portal. So by coming here to permissions, this is very we can suggest to require a credit card payment or any other payment method before using the portal. When you select this and you update, you are ensuring that your merchants add a payment method before creating or doing anything else in the platform. And regarding the billing notifications, you will have here an entire list of which ones do you want to receive from the merchant's notification. Every time that you create a new invoice or an outbound is created, especially related the one for invoice, it's like when the billing, when the invoice or payment failed, or every time an invoice is ready for payment. Right? So you just make sure you enable that option and you update this. Okay, let's go back to the billing. So here you have two status, open and invoiced. All the ones that are invoiced means that they are already here, and you can either mark them as paid, right? If the payment has not go through, you can confirm, and it will be archived. And if you void this payment, this invoice, it will not mark as paid. That's a different option that will still be pending in your Stripe. And we're just going to refresh, and now you just clear all your invoices. You can also play and change the status of them. Let's say you're going to draft this as an invoice, select here and confirm, but for some reason, if you come here, this is the one. This is the summatory of 3 invoices. Now this is just one invoice, but for some reason you realize that there is a mistake or something went wrong with the charges or not correct. So if you can delete this one and confirm, they will go back to open status again. These ones were voided. This is the third status. If you select void the invoice. Now, it's important to clarify that all the outbounds will automatically generate an invoice, an open invoice over here. But if you need to create a manual charge, you can come here to create a manual charge if you just need it, or you can either create it from the pre-configured additional services list. Remember, by coming here to services, then add a service fee. Make sure that the type of service is added service. You put the unit, and then how much will be the charge. When you come back to the billing section, and if you create new charge, you will be able to see the list of all the pre-configured additional service and how much is that for that. You can also create the quantities. You set up a quantity and just set up. Now it's open. If the client opened this open invoice, he will see the units and how much is charged per unit. Now this is a manual billing cycle. Now we also have a monthly billing cycle. If you come here to the merchant details, we have a brief description of monthly and manual. For manual billing cycle, it will not automatically invoice clients. You probably need to do what we just did. And if you have a monthly billing cycle, if you switch your client to a monthly billing cycle, it will automatically generate the invoice and charge the client once a month, the first day of the month, and as long as the client has a credit card on file. Now, if you come here to account settings, there is a default configuration for the billing cycle, which is monthly. But if you want to change and switch your client individually and change the billing cycle, just come here to the merchant details and you will be able to change it. Now, regarding adjustments, if you, for some reason, you need to give a credit, or if you need to make an adjustment on the customer's account, you can either create new charge, and if you select -20, this will act as a credit towards the account. Right? It will help them and will act as a credit. Once if he is billing charge, this is going to be deducted from this pending charges. Let's do it. Let's just select it, draft an invoice, finalize and locked, and that's it. Okay, so this is pretty much what we have from billing side, but again, remember to let me know any issues you are having with your Stripe, with any of your invoice that you just have with your clients and merchants. Remember also to connect your Stripe account from the initial steps. Thank you. See you in the next video.